Are global background checks different for every country? Imagine trying to piece together a puzzle with pieces from different boxes. That's what conducting background checks across countries can feel like. Each nation has its own rules and systems. In some countries, background checks are straightforward. They might include criminal records, employment history, or education verification. But in others, access to certain information is limited or even illegal without specific consent. For example, many countries requiring written permission from the candidate before checking criminal history or health records. Legal rules vary widely. Countries like Canada and Australia have strict data privacy laws that control how personal information is collected and stored. The European Union's General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR, is especially strict. It limits what data can be collected and how it must be protected. Employers must follow these rules carefully to avoid fines or legal trouble. Record-keeping systems are different too. Some countries have centralized databases that make background checks easier. Others relying on paper records or local agencies, which can slow down the process. Language barriers and cultural differences can also make verification more complex. For example, names might be spelled differently, or records might be incomplete or outdated. Because of these differences, companies expanding into new countries need to adapt their hiring processes. They should work with local screening providers who understand the legal landscape. Employers must get proper consent from candidates, limit checks to what's legally allowed, and handle all data securely. Some countries restrict access to certain types of information. For instance, union membership or political affiliations might be off-limits in some places. Also, biometric data like fingerprints or facial recognition are heavily regulated or prohibited in many regions. In summary, background checks are not the same everywhere. They depend on local laws, data systems, and cultural norms. Employers need to understand and follow each country's rules to conduct lawful and effective checks during hiring and onboarding. This careful approach helps protect both the company and the candidate while ensuring a smooth employment process.